Alright, in the meantime though, let's take a look at our first news focus. 자, 첫 번째 news focus 살펴보겠습니다. 대선에 있어서 후보들의 유세 공약은 큰 역할을 합니다. 이어서 2020년 미국 대선으로 가는 길목에서는 낙태 문제가 조기의 쟁점으로 떠오르고 있는데요. 성폭행 피해로 인한 낙태까지 금지하는 초강력 법이 지난주 알라바마주에서 입법화된 것이 도화선이 됐습니다. 이에 대해 도널드 트럼프 미국 대통령이 며칠간의 침묵을 깨고 공개적 언급을 내놓음에 따라 여야 대선 주자 간 논쟁도 본격 점화하는 모양새입니다. Let's listen to the story.
A sudden spate of new abortion laws in the U.S. has ratcheted up the prominence of reproductive rights in the 2020 presidential campaign. U.S. President Donald Trump has joined a chorus of Republicans distancing themselves from the new laws banning most abortions. Alabama, Georgia, Kentucky, Mississippi, and Ohio recently adopted statutes that will ban abortions after doctors can first detect a fetal heartbeat. Nearly 24 Democrats chided the Republican Party for politicizing a decision they contend women should be free to make.
When it comes to abortion laws, there are a few terms we might want to touch upon.
All right.
Pro-choice
Yes.
and pro-life.
Sure. So you're exactly right. It's basically, in a very general sense, divided into two camps. The pro-choice camp are the people who are in favor of women being able to make the choice over what happens to their bodies. The pro-life camp is in favor of protecting life at all costs.
Right. 네, 보통 이제 낙태와 관련해서는 이렇게 두 가지 측면을 우리가 볼 수 있는데요. 낙태는 이제 그 임산부, 여성의 어떤 결정권이 더 중요하다. 그러니까 우리가 정말 예를 들자면은 성폭행으로 인해서 굉장히 불미스러운 그런 일로 인해서 임신이 됐을 경우에는 그 여성의 권리라든지 의견을 존중해서 낙태를 할 수 있게 해야 된다. 이런 게 이제 프로-초이스입니다. 그런데 프로-라이프는 어떠한 이유를 막론하고 뭐 이게 성폭행으로 인한 임신이든 뭐든 아이가 일단 생겼으면 무조건 아이를 낳아야 된다. 이게 프로-라이프예요. 그래서 이제 양측이 있는데 이제 최근에 알라바마주에서 어떠한 이유에서든지 낙태는 금지한다라는 이런 초강력 법이 입법화됐어요. 저도 주말 동안에 CNN 보니까 이 뉴스가 계속 나오더라고요.
Yeah, sure.
네, 근데 이제 드디어 트럼프 대통령이 이것에 대해서 좀 언급을 했습니다. A sudden spate of new abortion laws in the U.S. has ratcheted up the prominence of reproductive rights in the 2020 presidential campaign.
So we'll look at a couple parts of that opening paragraph. We'll look at spate and then also ratchet up. Starting with spate, a spate describes a large number of similar things or events appearing or happening kind of rapidly in quick succession. It's usually used to describe something a little bit more negative than positive.
Okay.
If I were to say, I have a spate of parties to go to this weekend, that's a little bit strange because a party is generally something favorable. So you wouldn't normally use spate for that. It's usually something negative or at least controversial. We often hear in the news a spate of bombings or a spate of attacks or something related to that.
A spate of attacks 그러면은 뭐 빈발한 공격 이런 식으로 빈발한이라는 의미로 볼 수 있겠습니다. 근데 a sudden spate of new abortion laws라고 했기 때문에 미국 내에서 여기저기 그 낙태 관련된 법을 얘기하고 있습니다. This has ratcheted up.
We'll look at that as well. Yes, thank you. If something is ratcheted up, it simply increases. And it's a word that we often hear in reference to North and South Korea. We often hear headlines to the effect of the rhetoric between North and South Korea is ratcheting up, or we hear that tensions have ratcheted up on the Korean peninsula. So anything that really has increased. And there's a somewhat of a nuance of being in steps because at the end of the day, a ratchet is something that is having many steps.
아, 그렇군요. Ratchet up something 아니면 ratchet something up. 그러면은 뭔가 점차 증가시키다라는 의미가 됩니다.
And the opposite, which we often use as well, ratchet down.
Oh, okay. And so this has ratcheted up the prominence of reproductive rights. Now, US President Trump has joined a chorus of Republicans distancing themselves from the new laws.
Well, many of our listeners may be familiar with a choir, which is a group of people who sing, and it can also be referred to as a chorus. The group of people who sing can be a chorus. The chorus is a part of a song. In this context, a chorus refers to the opinion given by a large group of people at the same time. A large group of people giving their opinions at the same time can be referred to as a chorus. I could give an example like this. The publication of the book was greeted with a chorus of acclaim.
아주 많은 집단이라는 표현도 될 수 있고요. 많은 사람들이라는 뜻도 될 수 있고 그냥 뭔가 많다라는 의미로 a chorus of가 여기서 쓰였습니다. 원래는 이제 chorus가 합창단이라는 의미가 있지만요. And nearly 24 Democrats chided the Republican Party for politicizing a decision they contend women should be free to make.
Interesting word here, chide, and that's C-H-I-D-E, to
Right.
chide. So if you chide someone, you speak to them rather angrily
Yep.
because they've done something bad or foolish. Another word that we sometimes hear is to scold.
Okay.
And I could easily say the teacher chided the students for their bad behavior.
네, 꾸짖다라는 의미도 있고요. 여기서는 이제 뭐 책망하다 정도의 의미로 보면 될 것 같습니다. Let's listen to this story one more time.
A sudden spate of new abortion laws in the U.S. has ratcheted up the prominence of reproductive rights in the 2020 presidential campaign. U.S. President Donald Trump has joined a chorus of Republicans distancing themselves from the new laws banning most abortions. Alabama, Georgia, Kentucky, Mississippi, and Ohio recently adopted statutes that will ban abortions after doctors can first detect a fetal heartbeat. Nearly 24 Democrats chided the Republican Party for politicizing a decision they contend women should be free to make.
자, 두 번째 뉴스 포커스 살펴볼게요. 로드리고 두테르테 필리핀 대통령이 지난 13일 실시된 중간선거에서 압승하면서 두테르테 대통령과 그의 세 자녀도 출마해 모두 당선되면서 이어지는 가족 정치가 공고할 것이라는 전망이 나오고 있습니다. Let's listen to the story.
Three of Philippines President Rodrigo Duterte's children posted resounding victories in that country's recent midterm elections. More than 18,000 government posts were decided in the elections, which were marred by violence, accusations of vote buying, and faulty counting machines. For eldest daughter Sarah, many are saying that the stage is set for her to seek the top post in 2022. Like her father, Sara Duterte is said to be hot-tempered. Her father has gone on record as saying that while he is a mere private, his daughter is a general.
네, 정말 두테르테 가족 천하네요. 그 맏딸, 그다음에 장남, 차남 모두 당선이 됐습니다. 특히 이제 딸에 대한 얘기가 또 기사에 나와 있는데요. 앞으로 2022년 대선에 도전할 수도 있다라는 얘기가 나오고 있어서 더욱 주목이 됩니다. Three of Philippines President Rodrigo Duterte's children posted resounding victories in that country's recent midterm election.
Yeah, with that word, a little bit careful on the pronunciation. You're exactly right. It's not resounding as it looks, but because of the way the word is, the pronunciation changes slightly. It's resounding. And if something is described as resounding, then it's unmistakable. It is emphatic. You can refer to a very great success as a resounding success.
네. 굉장한 성공이라는 뜻의 resounding success 같이 붙어서 많이 나오고요. 여기서는 resounding victories라고 했기 때문에 문맥상 같은 의미라고 보면 되겠습니다. More than 18,000 government posts were decided in the elections, but these were marred by violence, accusations and faulty counting machines.
Yeah, we'll look at that word marred. That's M-A-R-R-E-D. And it comes from the root word mar, which is M-A-R.
Okay.
Now, to mar something means to spoil it or to damage it. So I'm going to use one last example of Punida's party. Punida's housewarming party was marred by low attendance.
좀 망쳤다 이런 의미가 있어요. 원래 이제 손상하다, 손상되다라는 의미지만 뭐 뭔가가 이제 what's another word you could use for marred? To
Hampered
hamper
is
okay,
another one we sometimes hear. Hindered might be another.
그러니까 우리말로 이제 하여튼 뭐 뉘앙스는 망치다랑 굉장히 비슷해요. 근데 여기서 영어에서는 hinder랑 비슷한 단어지만 marred라고 하면은 그때 이제 elections가 뭐 여러 가지 폭력이라든지 faulty counting machines 등등등 이런 것으로 인해서 좀 망쳤다, 망쳐진 선거였다라는 그런 얘기가 나오고 있어요. 필리핀에서. For eldest daughter Sarah, many are saying that the stage is set for her to seek the top post in 2022.
So if the stage is set, that means that conditions are right for something to happen. And a slight variation of that expression is also to set the stage. And that's used to mean that, again, conditions have been right for something to happen. I could say something like this. This weekend's talks between the two leaders have set the stage for a peace agreement to be reached.
아하, 그러니까 set the stage for something 그러면은 약간 이제 멍석을 깔아놓다 이런 느낌인 것 같아요. 그러니까 무대를 뭐 마련해놨다라는 것은 뭔가를 할 수 있게끔 준비가 되어 있다라는 뜻이 되겠습니다. 뭐 pave the way 이것도 비슷할까요?
Yeah, the stage is set or set the stage refers maybe to the conditions, whereas pave the way has the similar meaning but a little bit more of the process of doing something.
알겠습니다. And one other expression here, she is said to be hot-tempered like her dad.
Hot-tempered, yes indeed. Hot-tempered means easily angered. Another expression we sometimes use is quick-tempered.
Yep.
It means having a fiery or feisty temper. I could say this, Peter's a nice guy most of the time, but when he's tired and hungry, he's a bit hot-tempered.
There you go. 욱하는 그런 성격이다 할 때 hot-tempered 아니면 quick-tempered 라는 표현을 쓸 수 있습니다. Let's listen to this story one more time.
3 of Philippines President Rodrigo Duterte's children posted resounding victories in that country's recent midterm elections. More than 18,000 government posts were decided in the elections, which were marred by violence, accusations of vote buying, and faulty counting machines. For eldest daughter Sarah, many are saying that the stage is set for her to seek the top post in 2022. Like her father, Sara Duterte is said to be hot-tempered. Her father has gone on record as saying that while he is a mere private, his daughter is a general.
All right, let's remind our listeners now of the quiz.
Our quiz today, a person who studies languages scientifically is known as blank. Is that a linguist, number 1, or an ABCologist, number 2?
I think you're this, are you not?
I've studied a few courses and classes in this. I wouldn't officially call myself this, but I have studied this, yes, of course.
As have I. I'm not this, but I have studied courses related to
Yes.
it. All right, what is it? Is it a linguist or an ABCologist? 카카오톡 플러스 또는 반디 게시판 무료로 이용 가능하시고요. 짧은 문자는 50원, 긴 문자는 100원에 샵 1045로 문자 보내주실 수 있습니다. 노래 듣고 와서요. 세 번째 뉴스 포커스 살펴보겠습니다. Here's SOS, Share. 자, 세 번째 뉴스 포커스입니다. 지난달 초 태국 출신의 다이버가 이끄는 수중 촬영팀이 스리랑카 심해에서 길이 30m짜리 현존 최대 크기의 동물인 대왕고래를 카메라에 담겼다고 알려졌습니다. Let's listen to the story.
A 37-year-old Thai photographer has captured stunning images of what he reports to be a blue whale measuring 30 meters in length. The dramatic photos show the diver having a literal whale of a time while within reaching distance of the gentle giant. Talking to reporters, the diver-cum photographer said that he was awed by the size of the beast. Blue whales are among the largest animals known to have ever existed on Earth, with the heaviest one ever recorded weighing 173 tons.
네, 지구상 최대 크기의 대왕고래가요, 카메라에 포착됐습니다. A 37-year-old Thai photographer has captured stunning images of what he reports to be a blue whale measuring 30 meters in length.
And if you'd like to know what the word stunning means, if you can, take a look at Boynin Radio because you'll see an image, and I think there's no better word than stunning. Now, when we use that word, we're describing things that are extremely beautiful or impressive in some way, somewhat shocking, and by a happy coincidence, I have an example sentence here using Cher, who we just heard,
right.
who celebrated a birthday yesterday, I believe.
birthday,
Today or
Cher.
yesterday, I'm not sure. At 73 years of age, many people say that Cher is still stunning.
I don't know if this will do justice, but in Korean it's 굉장히 멋있다. But it's a
Yeah,
bit more than that,
sure.
right?
I
Stunning.
think you could look at that picture and describe it that way. Absolutely.
그러니까 정말 깜짝 놀랄 정도로 멋있다라는 뉘앙스가 있어요.
Yeah.
Stunning이라는 것 자체는 약간 그 쇼크의 느낌이 있거든요.
Yeah, a little bit stunned, actually. Yeah.
네, 그래서 굉장히 아름답거나 굉장히 멋있는 거를 이제 stunning이라고 표현을 할 수 있습니다. 이거 그냥 단독으로 이거 하나만 써도 돼요. Wow, it's stunning 이런 식으로 얘기를 하면 되겠고요. The dramatic photos show the diver having a literal whale of a time.
So that phrase, to have a whale of a time, means to have fun or to enjoy doing something. So despite all the teasing I've been giving Punita for her housewarming party, I'm sure that if I had gone to that party, I would have a whale of a time.
You do know she's going to be here very
I know.
soon.
Like, we go way back. I've known Punita for a long time. And honestly, the reason I use that as a reference is I was listening to her segment as I was driving home that day, and it felt so sincere. She told that story sort of out of the blue. It was a little bit unconnected to anything, but it was
Right.
just so heartfelt and so sincere. So I've made a loving reference to it over the past couple of weeks.
I can feel that. A whale of a time 그러면은 아주 멋진 훌륭한 시간, 재밌는 시간이라는 뜻입니다. A whale of a time. 그냥 덩어리로 외우시면 될 것 같고요. Literal이라는 거는 말 그대로라는 건데 영어에서는 이렇게 좀 비유적인 재밌는 표현들이 많아요. 그래서 그러니까 이 경우에는 정말 말 그대로 고래와 관련이 있기 때문에 이런 표현을 쓴 겁니다.
Exactly right. So, of course, when we say I'm having a whale of a time, or sometimes you can also say a whale of a good time,
Yep.
that's a variation. You're not, of course, usually doing anything with whales. It's a figurative expression. But here, the gentleman is probably enjoying himself as well as literally with a whale. So that's the difference. Literal and figurative.
Well, I'm having a whale of a time right now with
I
you.
always do. Thank you.
so
Me too.
much. Talking to reporters, the diver-cum-photographer said he was awed by the size of the beast.
And I love your pronunciation. It's actually much better than mine. Mine is Canadian, so I say odd.
Okay.
And it sounds exactly like ODD. We had oddball yesterday. No distinction in Canadian
Is it the
pronunciation.
same?
It is oddball, and I was awed by the whale. But if you are awed with something, you are filled with awe, A-W-E. You are filled with wonder. You are amazed by something. I was awed by the size of the Korean War Memorial the first time I saw it.
경외감에 차다, 뭐 어떤 경외심을 갖는다라는 뜻의 AWE, 이제 과거형으로 AWED, 네, 이렇게 썼습니다. awed인데요. 우리 뭐 이런 말도 있잖아요. awesome.
Yes.
여기서도 AWE가 쓰이는 거죠.
Yeah, if something is awesome, it inspires awe.
한때 예전에 미국에서 이게 좀 유행어처럼 젊은이들 사이에서 와 awesome, awesome
Yeah,
막
sure.
여기저기서 다 들리더라고요.
Yeah, if
요즘은 좀 안 하는 것 같은데.
Yeah, I still use it, but I'm old. I'm using it from my youth. I'm sure the kids today say something else. You're right.
네. 요즘은 이제 sick 이거 많이 쓰더라고요.
Yeah, that's
그 뭔가
nice
되게
one.
좋을 때 와 대박 너무 좋아 그럼 sick 이러는데 어쨌든 이제 awesome도 그런 비슷한 뜻이었고 여기서는 be awed by something or be awed at something I guess 뭐 그러면 이제 경외심을 갖는다 굉장히 놀라웠다라는 뜻입니다. Let's listen to this story one more time.
A 37-year-old Thai photographer has captured stunning images of what he reports to be a blue whale measuring 30 meters in length. The dramatic photos show the diver having a literal whale of a time well within reaching distance of the gentle giant. Talking to reporters, the diver-cum-photographer said that he was awed by the size of the beast. Blue whales are among the largest animals known to have ever existed on Earth, with the heaviest one ever recorded weighing 173 tons.
And what is the answer to today's quiz?
Well, as much as I like the sound of number 2, an ABCologist, that is not a person who studies languages scientifically. A person who does that is, of course, number 1, a linguist.
네, 언어학자를 뜻하는 1번이 정답이고요. Congratulations to our listeners. 남경민님, 끝번호 6934 쓰시는 분, 2347 쓰시는 분과 0424 끝번호 쓰시는 분 모두 축하드리고요. 또 아이디 윤다인님 모두 축하드립니다. 5분께 뉴욕타임즈 1개월 구독권 보내드리겠습니다. 자, 오늘의 표현은요?
Today's review word, I'd like to go back to the story of the whale in News Focus 3, and I'd like to look at the word stunning. And I think since today is Couples Day, or Married Couples Day, perhaps many people will be going out for dinner. Perhaps they'll be dressing up. So gentlemen, when you see your wife tonight, please say to her, you look stunning.
네, 이거는 정말 큰 칭찬이죠. 와, 정말 너무 멋져 라는 뜻의 You look stunning. 오늘 뭐 남편분이든 아내분이시든 서로 이런 얘기 해주면 좋을 것 같아요.
Yeah, I think so. I think more often or not, it would be a male to a female, but I think also a female could say that to a male. If someone said, I look stunning, I would take that as a compliment.
There you go. All right, well, that was today's expression. And very quickly, one of our listeners, 이희정 님이요. Focus 2의 마지막 문장이 무슨 뜻인가요? 라고 하셨는데요. 간단히 해석을 해드리자면은 두테르테 대통령이 딸을 엄청 지켜 세우는 그런 얘기입니다. 비유를 하자면은 나는 일병에 불과하는데 우리 딸은 장군감이다. 뭐 이런 얘기를 했다고 해요.
Exactly.
네. 장군감인 월터 선생님 오늘 감사합니다. Thank you so much.
As always, it's a pleasure to be here. See you tomorrow.
네, 약간 억지스럽게 좀 끼워 맞췄는데요. I had a whale of a time. Thank you so much. Coming up in the second hour of Morning Special, we have 영작 극장 and we have 월터 선생님's best friend, Punita. All right, we'll get there with a song. This is Yakida, I Saw You Dancing.